Welcome back, nerds, to my book review of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. If you haven't read this book yet, there will be spoilers, but if you haven't read it yet, odds are you are never going to read it, and you should because it is really great, despite all the negativity surrounding the story. However, as much as I love the story itself, I must say it is very poorly executed. I feel that it is very choppy in some bits, and I feel like they could have done a lot better pace-wise, and that there's at some moments that the story did not flow a bit, and I was like, what in Merlin's beard is going on here? Like, I can't keep up with this. But all that to come. So starting out, the opening scene is practically the ending scene from Deathly Hallows. Harry, Ron, and Hermione are sending their kids off to Hogwarts, and we basically get the dialogue from the ending of the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 film, when Albus Severus Potter says, but Dad, what if I am put in Slytherin? And Harry says that Slytherin will have gained a great wizard. And ultimately, Albus is sorted into Slytherin. And so it's kind of like a parallel between the sorting hat scene in Philosopher's Stone, because the hat does take a while. But of course, Scorpius. So on the train, before we get to Hogwarts, Albus meets Scorpius Malfoy, which if you don't know who that is Draco and Astoria's son. Well, anyways, and there were rumors that Voldemort had a son, and that Scorpius Malfoy is Voldemort's son. Now these are only rumors, and it has not been proven, and so. Rose Granger Weasley, who is Albus's cousin, does not like this fact that Albus and Scorpius are becoming friends, and she's very leery. Now, so we go to the sorting scene, and then we go to Madame Hooch's class where they're with a flying lesson, and basically it's a repeat of the scene in Philosopher's Stone when they step up to the left side of their broomstick and yell up, and so everybody else when they say up, their brooms come up, but Albus cannot get his broom up no matter how hard he tries. It doesn't even move an inch. So he then begins to wonder if he's a squib, which he's not. But then we just flash forward a year, and we're back to the platform 9 3/4. When Albus does not want to be seen with Harry, and Harry asks, second years don't want to be seen with their parents, is that it? And he then asks Albus, I'm going to go ahead and set that right there so while we do the review. He then asks, are you being bullied at school? And, and basically Albus doesn't confirm nor deny it, but then Harry's like, he just explains to him that, he just needs to make more friends. And that's how he survived at Hogwarts. And Albus says, I don't need more friends. I have a friend. And then he hurries off to see Scorpius. I say Scorbus, but that's a ship name for Albus and Scorpius. Anyways, then we flash forward another year to their third year. Well, this time, Scorpius is in his usual compartment on the train, but on the Hogwarts Express, when Albus meets him, but he is very gloomy. He's very down. And Albus asks, is it your mom? Has it gotten worse? And Scorpius says it's gotten the worst it could get. Basically, Astoria has passed away. Now, we do know that Astoria had a blood curse. It is hinted that it is a maledictus curse, but we don't know her full backstory just quite yet. Hopefully, J.K. Rowling comes out with her backstory. But anyways, we also know that her and Draco dated during Draco's 5th year. Um, but anyways, so then we go to Hogwarts and everything, and they have a couple adventures at Hogwarts, and then to change the past, they find the time turner. Now, all the time turners by this point have supposedly all been destroyed. However, I forgot his name already. The one that was in custody, not someone, not not Theseus. That's Newt Scamander's brother. Anyways, they have found a time turner, and so basically, we don't know it's Delphi yet, but we then fast forward to Albus and Scorpius go meet Amos Diggory, which, if for those Potter fans who already know the Potter series, Amos Diggory is Cedric Diggory's father. Now, basically, Albus wants to bring back Cedric Diggory from the dead because he feels like it was an injustice. He feels like it's Harry's fault that Cedric died. And so he basically wants to bring him back. Now, Amos is hesitant at first, but then he's reluctant, and then he just allows them to do it. So basically, Albus and Scorpius travel through time, and they go back to the Triwizard Tournament, which was set in, of course, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And they basically prevent Cedric from winning the tournament. They, for the first task with the dragons, what was it? I know. During the dragon tournament, they disarm Cedric and disarm him and grab his wand. And in the second tournament, they use Engorgio on him, and his head swells up and he floats out of the water and out of the tournament. And basically, Cedric is embarrassed by this, and he eventually becomes a Death Eater. Now, when that happens, we flash forward, and Albus Potter is basically non-existent. It's like he has never been born because Harry died during the Battle of Hogwarts, and also Dolores Umbridge is now headmaster of Hogwarts, headmistress. And so, she basically finds Scorpius in the lake, and she says, "What are you doing there?" and all this, and it's Voldemort Day, and the Dementors are in Hogwarts, and she says that Scorpius is upsetting the Dementors and everything. And so basically, Scorpius goes to find Professor Snape and explains everything. And so Snape helps him, and then, Ron and Hermione. Now, at this point, Ron and Hermione are not married. Because since the times have changed, instead of Victor Crumb taking Hermione to the Yule Ball, Hermione and Ron actually ended up going. But they didn't. Their relationship did not work out. And Hermione is now a wanted witch. She is rebellious and she is wanted. And if she is seen outside, the Dementors will kill her. But Scorpius is trying to explain everything about what their life is really like. Of course, a lot of them don't really believe him at first. So while all this is going on in that time frame, we jump to present time where Harry, Ron, Hermione, Draco, and Ginny are discussing everything. And at first, Draco does not believe Harry, but he believes that wherever Harry is where the answers will be. And so we go through all that, and then you keep jumping back and forth. And so then eventually Hermione and Ron help Snape and Albus and help Scorpius, go back in time. But Hermione and Ron end up dying from the Dementors. Well, then we go back, and everything, and then we go back to right before, right after Albus and Scorpius tried to prevent Cedric from winning, and so basically Albus is like, did we change anything? And Scorpius is like, no, and it's wonderful. And then Albus looks at him like, what is wrong with you and everything. So basically Scorpius explains everything, and then fast forward and everything, blah 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 blah. So all during this time, Harry is told that there is a dark cloud surrounding Albus, and he believes that it is Scorpius. He believes that Scorpius is the dark cloud. He honestly believes that Scorpius is the son of Voldemort. Now so he basically tells Albus, if you don't stay away from him, I'm gonna have to use a charm on you, and we'll know every move you make, wherever you go. And he basically says, because now Albus is not during this whole time, Albus is not in Slytherin. He is in Gryffindor, but he's technically, I guess, forgotten that. But anyways, so we go fast forward all this, and again, I know I'm going back and forth and all over the place, but like I said, that's what this book basically does, is goes back and forth and all over the place. So you're just gonna have to try and keep up with me. I'll try to explain as best as I can, but it's very hard to explain if you have not read it yet. So go and read it. So anyways, we fast forward, blah 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 blah, and Delphi. We learn that Delphi is the daughter of Bellatrix Lestrange and Lord Voldemort, which is disgusting, and I don't even know when they had the time to make a daughter, but I guess they did. And there's a new prophecy. Well, so, you get to deal with all that drama, and then you go fast forward. Now we get to the end of the story. So Harry, Hermione, Ron, Ginny, Draco, Scorpius, Albus are at Godric's Hollow, and it's Hallows Eve, and Delphi has chosen this day to prevent Harry Potter from. Basically, she's planning on killing Harry Potter because I guess Hallows Eve is the night that everything changed. And so she wants the Dark Lord to return. She wants pure magic to return. And she believes that the pure magic is the darkness. She wants the darkness to return. And so, Harry uses Polyjuice Potion to turn into Voldemort, but Delphi sneaks right through that. So there's a big wand duel that happens in the chapel of the church. And then, so, you get through all that. Delphi gets destroyed, and Harry and Albus reconcile, and it all ends very well for them. Now, like I said, I basically gave you tidbits of a review of the story. I tried to give as much as I can, but like I said, I really have to sit down and type out a scene-by-scene review. But like I said, my thoughts on the story, I love it. I love the concept. I love the gist of it. However, like I said, as well as I did throughout this review, the scenes didn't flow very well together, and I know that's because it's really a play, and it's in script form, so of course it's not in book form. But I feel like they could have had the scenes flow more smoothly. Now the scene with the time turner, I actually liked it. I thought that, it showed that, we may want to change the past. We may want to do things over again, but we never know. Let's say right now you wanted to go back and change your past. Now, if you were to do that, of course, one moment in time would change the course of history forever. And so, it just talks about how don't, you know, you may want to change things, like I said, but just keep on going in life, because where you are now may not be where you want to be, but it's a lot better than it could be. And you may have made choices that you want to do over again. I've made choices that I've wanted to do over again, but where I'm at now, I love where I'm at now in life, and I wouldn't change anything because I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for that. And I loved how it taught Albus to, just love who he is, to not wish he was someone else, to not be jealous, to not, and also it shows that for Scorpius's character arc story, it just was a good life application again, to not judge someone by, their parents, or judge someone by their family name, or where they go to school, or what they wear, or rumors that you hear that deep down, a lot of people that you presume as mean or evil are really the most kind-hearted, sweetest people you will ever meet. I did think it was, I don't know, I thought with Cedric Diggory becoming a Death Eater, I thought that was kind of cool, actually. I wish they would have gone into more of why he would, I guess the reason why he became a Death Eater was because he was embarrassed during the Triwizard Tournament. I thought that was kind of a lame excuse. But I thought that they could have explained his reasoning better. But I thought that was very cool. So like I said, overall, I loved it. I loved it again the second time. I loved it even more. I felt the magic of Harry Potter. But yeah, that is my review, or attempted review, of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I definitely recommend this book. A lot of people are very hesitant about it because it's in script form, and I'm like, okay, if you don't want to read the actual physical copy of the book, there is an audiobook on YouTube that you could type in. It's 6 hours and 10 minutes long. It says 6 hours and 20 minutes, but there's basically like 10 minutes of listing who the cast is. But I highly recommend it. Form an opinion of your own, and I will catch you guys next time. Oh, don't forget, like this video if you enjoyed the video for today. Let me know in the comment section below what you want me to do in future videos. Subscribe to see future fandom content. And again, a special shout out to the Fantastic Geeks podcast group on Facebook for encouraging me, inspiring me. And like I said, also go check out Tessa Netting, Anna Brisbane, Vagard, The Bakey, Seamus Gorman, Brian Hall, and Mike Zero.